Ask Tom on Home Show.
Stefan from the Montrose area of Houston has a drainage quiz for us.
Actually, it's a three-parter, Tom, and he's talking specifically about the drainage around this foundation. I wish he could have gone in a little closer to give us even less to see about it.
I know. Well, I see some bricks.
All right, that's it. I'm pretty sure it's a foundation. All right. Stefan writes, I own a half pier and beam, half block and base, Tudor-style home built in 1931. The entire yard has a negative slope toward the foundation. Amazingly, it's still in good shape. I installed gutters and built up positive grade around the low-lying areas. So here are my questions. Number 1, how high should the dirt be built up around the concrete perimeter? Number 2, should I build a dirt berm around the block and beam section since there's no concrete to build up against? And 3, what's the deal with foundation watering? I thought water was the enemy.
First off, the question starts as I have a house built in 1931, and whatever the property, there's no problem. That's the gist of what he starts the question out with. I don't think you should do any of that stuff, because now all of a sudden you're playing like the Corps of Engineers, and you're putting berms here, levees there. You're going to try to move water one spot to the other. But it sounded like naturally the whole place worked out well. You know, I can only see this little section on a picture. I can't see the whole scope of the property. But as far as that goes, I wonder why you're doing anything at all. And all of these berms and things you shouldn't do. Now, you're asking me, what should the level of the dirt under a pier and beam house be in the Houston area as opposed to the dirt on the outside? Whether you have a high side and a low side, the answer is this. It should be the same or a little bit less than underneath the house. So at the high side, it should not go higher than underneath the house. If anything, it should go a little lower. And on the low side, the same thing. So the water will constantly drain away and not puddle or get up underneath the house and make puddles too. And it sounds like it's not happening now, so why change it? So my answer to this question is this. It sounds like you shouldn't do anything at all. If you said I have this one place that was puddling water, pooling water, we could address that one issue. But to try to avoid something that doesn't exist, and people do this all the time, you're overthinking it. Let it go. And the other answer to the question is this. The dirt under a house should be a little bit higher, crowned a little bit in the middle if it's on a level site, or it should be crowned but the slope going down, and not be higher on the outside than underneath the house, because that means water will get in and it has nowhere to go.
Well, when he talked about the negative slope on the property, I had the feeling the water was coming toward the house.
I think it is, but apparently it's moving to the other side, so everything's moving normal. It's not puddling. You don't want it to puddle. And so if it's been there since 1931 and it's reacting to the way that the property is, I'm sure there's some things on the design that makes it do that. So if there's not a problem, when you start talking about putting berms around some areas, you're talking about things like, you know, the levees out there in west side of Houston, where those are big berms compared to little ones. But that's a tricky thing to do to make that watertight. And it's like those things they were selling after Hurricane Harvey that you could blow up and put all the way around your house and your house wouldn't flood. It doesn't work that way. Mm-hmm. So use Mother Nature, and if you have a specific problem, then handle that problem. And I don't know what that is because it sounds like there's not one, but there are licensed irrigators that can handle drainage to make sure the water keeps moving and goes to where it needs to go, and it doesn't sit and cause a problem.
We don't want you to have problems. That's why we do these videos every day. Right there. Click on over there at HomeShowRadio.com on the blue Ask Tom button. Go to this page here. You can send us a video or send us a form, and we'll answer your question. You send pictures and all that. It helps us do a better job for you. We're happy to do that because Tom enjoys helping, and we enjoy helping Tom help you. Simple job. So you do your part and we'll do ours, and we'll post it at HomeShowRadio.com, our Facebook page, and of course the Home Show Radio YouTube channel. And by the way, if you'll subscribe there and click the bell, every time we put up a video you'll get a little notification. Google's real good about sending those out.